Welcome. It's time for my campaign update, the State of the Union part of my address for today. I am Susan Maud Buchser-Lochocki, a presidential candidate from the 2020 and 2024 presidential election, and I ran for Congress also in 2022. And this is my State of the Union update. So, the union, we have very low standards, is what I'm discovering all over the country. I'm at various airports and just things are not working. I've never seen so much waste and abuse and disregard and disrepair of minor things that, just show that we don't care. And this is part of the problem. We have learned to live in this temporary way, and it's not working. It's time to look at things as more permanent and take care of them. And learn to change things subtly or in a various way, or build it in a way that's going to be usable for generations, rather than build something and tear it down. And that's what we have. So, of course, the bathrooms in most of the airports are just awful. They're just awful, but even in the hotels, they're awful. The water doesn't work. Showers don't work. I don't know how come showers cannot work, but they don't. I don't get it. And then, finishing tile work, lining it up nicely, cleaning it. This is all important stuff. Because if you clean the things, anything, whether it's a wall or tile or a bathroom or, a living room or a kitchen, if you clean it a little bit, it'll last longer. I don't mean you have to scour it and it's got to be germ-free every day. But a little cleaning, will help to keep the quality that's there so that it doesn't have to be repaired all the time. So, but why is it we can put a man on the moon, but we can't seem to get water out of a shower head in our country? And why is everything up so high? We have lots of short people. So when you put a shower head up at the top, short people can't use it. It's too high. We can't move it, we can't do anything, we can't use the function on the shower head. It's only for men, really. I'm not the smallest woman, but there's a lot of men and women who are shorter than me. And if I can't reach the shower head, then neither can they. So this is unacceptable. And yeah. It's clear we've only had tall men working on bathrooms for a long time. And probably kitchens and things like that. And it's time to start thinking about the user. We are the customers. Short people are also customers. So why can't we have a shower head that's on one of these little beams that go up and down, and then it's got a rope, right? The shower cord. And then you can put it at whatever height is appropriate for you. And you could even take it off and really use it on your body or your body parts and clean yourself off. What is so difficult about that? That would solve a lot of issues if we could just move to that way. Having a fixed shower head is actually stupid. It's not usable and it's not user-friendly. And then to have it not work in a hotel room is just... It is sometimes so embarrassing to say that this is U.S. standard, but it is sadly U.S. standard. and it's unacceptable. This is what I mean when we have to raise our standards. This should not be. Water should come out of the shower head in a normal way, at a normal quality, at a normal temperature. The temperature should be able to be varied between hot and cold, and it should stay on if we want it to stay on, and it should turn off when we want it to turn off. And then with that, you know, how much electricity goes into these sinks and toilets that turn water on and off for you automatically? It's a waste, because not only are we wasting electricity on something we don't have to have, but we're also wasting a lot of water, because sometimes you just walk in the room, you know, and suddenly the faucets go off and the toilet starts running and nobody's doing anything. You open the door and the toilet flushes and there was nothing in it. You know, that's like 3 to 5 gallons of water wasted. And sometimes the faucets just continue to run and run and run without stopping. I mean, are we so rich that we can throw away all this electricity and all this water? Talk about waste. And then we've got other countries, not countries, but other states and cities where they don't have water. They don't have drinking water. They, you know, so, well, what is the theory here? I recommend we go back to all these things where you turn it on and off automatically. You have a hot and a cold and you turn it on and off and done. It's not that difficult to push a button and flush a toilet, really. You flush the toilet, you go wash your hands, there's no germs, everything's done. I mean, we put men on the moon supposedly, but we can't do this. We can't get soap out of a soap dispenser. We can't get towels out of a towel dispenser because the electronics isn't working on it. Come on. So, our airports are in big trouble. I know our road stops too on the highway, the little places where you can pull over and take breaks, their bathrooms are also just as crazy. So it's time to up our standard. We need to say we're not going to take it, and we need to contact the places and tell them we're not going to take this. You know, it's like with the election fraud. So when I started running for office and I realized somebody had been voting for me while I was living in Switzerland, when I realized that they had my name in the voter registration list wrong, which means that, you know, somewhere my name is right and somewhere it's wrong, so there's at least 2 of me in the system already. This was back all in 2019. And there were other things that I was discovering at the time, and then I go to vote in 2020 in New York City, and they don't even ask for ID. I mean, I lived in 11 different places in New York City. It could be that somebody's voting under my name in 11 different places. So it's just, and that's just me. But as I went around the country, that first campaign, I met so many people who knew of voter fraud, who knew of people whose vote was thrown out, whose vote wasn't counted, or they were told wrong instructions. And, you know, there comes a time where we have to say, this is not acceptable. And, I mean, I'm doing it, but what are you doing? It's time for you to participate too and say it's not acceptable. You need to tell your state, you need to tell your County, you need to tell your governor, you need to tell your um, Secretary of State. They're the ones in charge of the election. You need to tell them that it's done. It's not acceptable. And, if you're at an airport, you need to tell the airport, this is not acceptable. If you're at a hotel, you need to tell the hotel, this is not acceptable. Because if we keep looking the other way, the standard is going to keep going down. And soon you'll end up in a Holiday Inn like I did, where I needed to take a shower and the water was practically dripping. It dripped out of the shower head. I don't know where it was going. I had it turned on full blast, but hardly anything was coming out. So this is a Holiday Inn is a organization, a profit organization. Aren't they concerned about their image? I don't know. So it's time to care. It's time to care about our quality and standard of life in the USA. For far too long, people have been trying to force this low standard on us and saying this is acceptable. And it's just not. But if we don't say something about it, it's going to stay. So I need you to help me to get this change happening. When you see something, say something. Don't look away. Don't pretend it's not there. Do something. Call, send an email. Talk to the manager. Tell them this is unacceptable. This is not a U.S. standard. You do not sign on to it. It is not it. Okay. And on that note, I'm going to end here. And this is the end of part 2. Part 3, State of the World, is coming up next. Thanks for stopping by. I am Susan Maud Buchser-Lochocki. You can find out more about me and my campaign and other things at susan4usa.com. That's Susan the number 4 USA.com. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good day wherever you are.